Hello, inflatable fans. If you've seen the videos that I've done about the Brent, the Spinera, the Brent Spinera, then you'll know that I'd said I was planning on making some modifications to this boat. One of which was moving the bungee cord and attaching some additional D-rings. That's what I'm going to do today. Let's crack on, eh? The glue that I'm using is Storm Show. Now I have used this before and it takes about 12 hours to cure. It is now 3 o'clock-ish and I'm going out early tomorrow morning, so it should be cured by then. And I've got these D-rings. These are what I'm going to be attaching to this area with a view to putting the bungee cord into this space so that I've got access to it from the cockpit rather than behind the cockpit. So the first thing to do really is to decide roughly where I want these, and I was thinking probably either side of the logo, on the front here. Don't want it so that it goes too much over the curve of the boat, you know, where it kind of bends over there, so probably on the flat bit. I think what I'll do is, where the dimples are, the drop stitch dimples, I'll use that as a bit of an edge marker. So that looks roughly the same on either side, and then do the same a little bit further up. Because what I will probably do is, I'll probably feed it through that ring there as well, even though it's not a ring, it's a square ring. And I can use the pattern here as a marker, I think, to get some symmetry on this. I think that looks about right. In the interests of keeping these in the right place while I start the gluing process, I'm just going to put a few little marker points around the outside, just so that I know where each one is going. Just put in 3, just so that I've got an idea where each one is to go. One of the good things about Storm Show, if you've never used it before, is it does come with a set of instructions in the box. I do have a little bit of wet and dry paper to hand, so I will just gently scuff this area up a little bit. Not much, it's just enough to give the glue something to hold on to. So all I'm going to do is scuff the underside of that a little bit. I'm going to do that for all of these. Okay, that's the last one of those done. So next I'm just going to give this a wipe over where I've scuffed it, and then just dry them off with a dry tea towel. Right, I'm glad I put those markers on there with the marker pen, because it has allowed me to easily reposition those where I want them. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with the far two. So I have already pierced the cap on this, as you can see. And the whole idea is to put plenty of glue on here, because what you want is you kind of want it to come to the outside a little bit. Okay, just a bit there, right. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start sliding these into place. I'll start with this far one. All I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it around a little bit and then start pushing from the center outwards. If you start to see any areas where you need a little bit more glue underneath, you can always slide a bit in. What I'm doing is I'm just putting a bit of tape over these for the time being, just to hold it down. I think it's because, like I said at the beginning about it being on a bit of a curve, it's just making it lift. So I thought I'd just put a bit of tape on. Should just hold it down. Right, we'll see how that goes. I did notice that these were starting to lift a little bit, so I've weighted them down with kettlebells and I've just moved them round every so often. And on the two on this side, because I only had 2 smaller kettlebells and 1 really big one, this is some camping poles, and I've just used the big 22 kilo one here just to hold that down. It seems to be doing the trick. I do have a funny feeling I might not have used enough glue, but we'll find out tomorrow. Okay, so these bungee things that I've attached, I've left the sellotape on for now. I think they're stuck, but I think in places there are odd bits that maybe need a bit more glue. But this is going to get wet anyway, and this tape will come off, so we'll see what it's like after the tapes come off. Well, I'm pleased to say I've taken the tape off, and these are stuck down quite nicely actually. Better than I thought they were going to. They look like they were going to be a little bit all over the place. It's not the tidiest of jobs, the glue's a little bit visible, but to be honest with you, it's done the trick. And the bungee cord's on there fine. I've had stuff under there today, I've had a bag under there. I'm really quite happy with that. It's done what I wanted it to do. Have you done anything like this? If you've got any tips on how to apply that stuff better, by all means let me know. It's a bit windy now, we've just got back. So I'm going to wrap this up. If you've enjoyed this little video, you know what to do, all the routine. Hit the like, subscribe, smash the bell, that kind of thing, and then you don't miss out on stuff if you're finding this useful and enjoyable. Alright, thank you so much for watching. You take care. Cheerio.